Welcome to Ganapath Reddy YouTube channel. Today I am explaining how to design a two-stage RC coupled amplifier with the following specifications. So design a two-stage RC coupled amplifier with the following specifications. Overall gain 100, each stage of 10. Choose RC value, RC1, RC2 equal to 5K. Load resistance of 10K. And base to emitter voltage is 0.7 volts, and voltage at emitter can be around 1 volt, collector current of 1 milliampere, and all the capacitors you take it as 10 microfarads. So this is the typical circuit of two-stage RC coupled. So resistance and capacitor coupled. So gain of output is, output of first stage is input for next stage. And first stage is a replica of second stage. Same copy paste. But these two are coupled with a capacitor of 10 microfarad. And we are taking output across load 10K. Input is applied here 1 kilohertz, maybe 10 millivolts, 20 millivolts, like that you can apply. We are selecting NPN transistors. So we are designing such a way that this circuit is independent of the transistors, independent of the VCC. It can be 10 volts, it can be 12 volts, 15 volts, and so on. Even if temperature is varying, gain will not change. So that is the beauty of design. We are going to do it. So let us look at the design. So already I have written, just let me explain. VE emitter voltage is given as 1 volt. But what is emitter voltage is collector current to emitter current approximately same, because base current is almost negligible. So what is the collector current given? 1 milliampere into total emitter resistance is RE. So VE is 1 volt given in the problem, IC 1 milliampere, RE we are finding as 1 kilo ohm. So this total 1K is nothing but RE1 plus RE2. Next, this V2 is VBE plus VE or VE plus VBE. So what is VE given? 1, VBE 0.7 given in the question, so 1.7. So what is the voltage here? Should be 1.7. Now this voltage 10 is dividing between R1 and R2. So using voltage division, 10 into R2 by R1 plus R2. So using voltage division, voltage at V2 is nothing but voltage across R2. So that voltage is 1.7. Now choose the value of R1, R2 such that you will get 1.7 volts here. Now I can assume R1 equal to 1.7 K, R2 is 8.3 K. Some value, choose randomly some value of R1. From that solve for R2. So I have assumed 1.7 K, then R2 is becoming 8.3 K. Now stage 2 gain is 10, gain of 10. That gain is nothing but effective load resistance by emitter resistance. The original formula is AV equal to AI into RL by RI. So I am designing such a way that independent of the transistor, that is possible with this extra emitter resistor, so that design will be optimum easy. Students can remember minimum data So they can come to exam hall with tension free. Remember 2-3 formulas and they can get back all the values. Okay, so my intention is students should get the concept. Teacher should not test the patience of the student. Teacher should not test the blindly memory of the student. Teacher should test the student concept, understanding of the design, understanding of the logic. Okay, that is the main motto. So with this, you remember this formula: RC2 parallel with RL. When I am drawing AC equivalent, DC will be 0. So this 5K, 10K both become parallel. That is the effective load resistance by RE3. RE3. So in this RC2 5K we know, RL of 10K we know, then RE3 we have to find. So RE3 will come 330 ohms. This is 330. Now RE4 total should be 1K na. What is RE? 1K. So total emitter resistance both these stages should be 1K. And when RE3 is 330, RE4 will be 670. Next to stage 1 gain of 10. Stage 1. What is the effective load resistance? RC1 parallel with R1 and R2. So R1, R2 parallel, RC1, all three are parallel. That is the effective load resistance for first transistor by RE1. So RC1 is 5K, R1, R2 already designed 1.7K, 8.3K. So solve for RE1, 110 ohms. Then RE2, 1K minus 110 is equal to 890. So like this, you can design R1, R2 we are finding. Then RE1 we are finding. Total should be 1K. From that RE2 you can find. Here we are finding RE3. Then total should be 1K. So RE4 you can find easily. This R1, this R2 value, this R1, this R2 value same. This RC1, this RC2 value same. And load resistance anyway given. Capacitor value also given. So in the design what you are finding? Simply RE1, RE3, R1, R2. So it is optimized the design. Easily you can remember these steps. So the beauty of this circuit is independent of transistor, independent of the power supply and temperature. So let us simulate this circuit. I have checked the result. We are getting gain around 80. What we designed for 100, we are getting 80. From that frequency response, we have to find mid-band gain, we have to find lower 3 dB, upper 3 dB bandwidth. So these are the things we are going to find out from the simulation. So let me switch over to simulation part. So this is the simulation multisim. Just for saving that time, I have already drawn the circuit. So here 5 kilo ohm, 5 kilo ohm, 8.3K, 1.7K, already values calculated. Na? Then all capacitors of 10 micro, 10 micro, 10 micro everywhere. Load of 10K. Then 330, 670 ohms. Here 110, 890 ohms. So total 1K. Here also total 1K. 8.3, 1.7. 8.3, 1.7. Then VCC 12 or 10, anything you can apply. So let us start with 10. So 10 volts I have taken. And don't forget the ground. Previous class I explained how to take the components and connect it. You're already familiar. Now let us run the program and click on the CRO, then stop it. So 10 millivolts, 10 millivolts. So you can see the use cursors. Input of 20 millivolts peak is applied, 20 millivolts. So this is second channel. Let me. So this is the input what we are applying. So positive peak 2 divisions, negative 2 divisions, and only positive peak is important. 20 millivolts we applied, 19.9, approximately 20. Okay. 10 millivolts per division. Now, 2 divisions means how much? 20 millivolt. So 20 millivolt is the input what we are applying. Now let us see the output. This is the output. Output is coming around 1 volts per division. 1 volt per division. So 1 division and half division. So 1.5 volt is output. 1.5 volt. 1.5 by 20 millivolts. It is coming gain around 75. So you can see both the waveforms simultaneously and plot these waveforms. Okay, this is one typical reading I am showing, and directly simulate analysis, AC analysis. Here frequency of starting from 10 Hz to 1 megahertz, 10 megahertz, and sweep type decade, number of points per decade 10, vertical scale linear, you select it. Now simulate. So you will get this waveform. So this is the waveform you are getting. So what is the gain? Approximately 80. So this data you can see by clicking on this. You will get all the values: x1, y1, x2, y2. x1 is this x value. What is the corresponding value? So x1 of 1k na, cursor is at 1k. The gain of 73. You can shift to further 74. So mid-band gain is how much now? 74. In the middle, entire mid-band, the gain is coming as 74 or 75. That you note down. Then lower 3 dB, how to find out? We got highest gain of 75 by root 2. Root 2 is 1.414. That is 53. Now move the cursor where 53 is coming. Move the cursor left side where 53 is coming. Just see 58, 56, 52, so it's like 53 approximately. So y1 is 53. What is x1? 165, 166. So what is the lower 3D frequency? 166 Hz. Then also see upper side. Upper side again where 53 is coming. 57, 55, 53. 53 approximately. So what is the frequency? 4.1 megahertz. So 4 megahertz. 4 megahertz is FH, upper 3 dB. 166 Hz is the FL, lower 3 dB. What is the bandwidth? FH minus FL. So FH minus FL you do it. This dx, dy, 1 by all these things not necessarily. So maximum of x, maximum of y you see. What is maximum y? 74.5. Minimum value 2.7. So this 74.5 is the maximum gain we are getting. So as I told earlier, what we can find, mid-band gain available, lower 3 dB got it, upper 3 dB, difference is bandwidth. So like that you can get the details and draw this plot in the graph sheet. In that show the FH, FL and the bandwidth. So this is one way. You can also see can export all these values to Excel sheet. Export to simulation result to Excel. Simulate. And that Excel sheet should come. Anyway, don't worry. Okay. So these things important. Like that you can do it. And also let me explain some more features. Preferences. So these things show the component. Just to click one by one, what is happening, you observe. Show component to label. You see test is written, so that is disappearing. Show component reference ID. This R1, R2 values, C1, C2 are there, na? That you want or you don't want. So that is the importance. Show node names. Here N1 is there. So the node numbers you want or you don't want. That is about node. Show component values. Here 1 kilo ohm is blinking, na? That component value you have to show or no. Show component attribute. So this TC330, etc. So this is how you can also change the style of appearance of the circuit, etc. Then this workspace, just to click and go through it. Wiring thickness, component style. You want this type of resistor or ANSI model, whatever way you want, you can select. Then font size you can select. So, okay, all these things you can select it. So we have so many options here. That is in the preference. Then all these things we don't want to use. This also we don't use. Answer. Simulate mainly analysis I explained. AC analysis. DC operating point. So these are the node numbers. Node numbers already given here 9, 7, 1 like that. So you want to measure the voltages at various nodes. Select all these nodes. Select all these nodes. Plot during simulation. Then simulate. So at various nodes, what are the voltages also available? We designed, what is the voltage we designed at node 1.7? At node 7, 1.69 means 1.7 only, na? This is what we designed. So we got same, right? So like that, all the nodes voltages you can check it. At node 5, also same. At node 5 also 1.7. At node 1, 4.7. 4.7. So that is nothing but 10 minus IC into RC, you will get 4.7. So these are all DC values you can calculate. Okay, so these are the things you can learn using simulation. Okay, what will happen if I change 10 to some 12? Let me simulate again. AC analysis, simulate, and so gain is 78. So slightly increased. X1 is 1K, 78. Highest gain coming 79. So gain my slightly increased. Then just try if it is 15 volts, what will happen? So gain of 83. Gain of 83. And you can also replace transistor with BC107, some other transistor also you can replace and try. Okay. So you can learn so many things, all these things. So that's all for the day. So all of you finish this experiment and complete this experiment. Thank you.